Students at home. Today we're going to pick some questions from the past WIEC questions and then attempt them here in class. I told you that you're supposed to be doing more of revision, at least you've read enough. Then this is WIEC 2005. So we're going to attempt some questions from here. The number one question, a government is said to be legitimate if it, I'll just write the options on the board because I can't write the question. I'll write the options for you. A government is said to be legitimate if it, that's number one question, A, has the people's mandate to rule. B, is not responsive. Sorry, is not oppressive. And then C, accepts people's criticisms. Okay. Now, a government is said to be legitimate if A, it has the people's mandate to rule, B, is not oppressive, and then C, accepts people's criticisms. So automatically the answer here is what? A. Because a legitimate government is a government that has the people's support and it is being recognized by the people. So the answer is A. A legitimate government has the people's mandate to do what? To rule. Then number two, all types of government perform all the following functions except. All types of government performs all the following functions except, this is number two, A, providing welfare and developmental facilities. Facilities. Then B, maintaining law and order. Then C, encouraging the struggle for power. Okay. Now, all types of government performs all the following functions except A, providing welfare and developmental facilities, B, maintaining law and order, and then C, encouraging the struggle for power. Now, the answer should be what? C, because it is not all types of government that encourages the struggle for what? Power. For instance, a monarchical system of government. This system of government is based on what? Hereditary. So you see that there is nothing like struggle for power. When it gets to your turn, you go over. So the answer here is what? C. Then number three, sovereignty ultimately resides in dash. Sovereignty ultimately resides in dash. You know what sovereignty is? The supremacy of the state over its citizens. That's the power of the state to make laws without any external interference. So sovereignty ultimately resides in A. The people within a political society. 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 Then B, a country's chief executive. Then C, traditional rulers. Now the question again. Sovereignty ultimately resides in A, the people within a political society, B, a country's chief executive, and then C, traditional rulers. It is not C, neither is it what? B. But the answer is what? The people within a political system. Now the people here can also stand for what? Electorate. Now the answer is A, because the people decide the person to do what? To rule them. Now they choose their representative through what? Election. So the answer is A. Then number 4. Which of the following is not a feature of a democratic system of government? Do you still remember what a democratic system is? In your SS1, we said this is a system of government where the people have the choice or the freedom to choose their what? Leaders. So the question here is, which of the following is not a feature of a democratic system of government? A, limited, A, limited franchise, B, official opposition, and then C, periodic election. Now, which of the following is not a feature of a democratic system of government? Now, in a democratic system, there is what? Periodic election, because you elect your leaders through elections. Then there is also an official opposition. This is a feature of what? Democracy. Then the only thing that is what you can't find in a democratic system is what? Limited franchise. In other words, restricted what? Franchise. Now, when you're talking about limited, it means that everybody is not allowed to do or to vote. Some criteria are considered here when it comes to voting. For example, criteria like sex, race, property, education, religion, and all that. This was what we saw during Clifford's Constitution, that before you vote, you must have up to £100. So this is not a feature of what? Democracy. In democracy, there is what? Universal franchise. Everybody votes as far as you're qualified to do what? To vote. Then the next question. Which of the following political concepts is associated with land ownership? Which of the following political concepts is associated with land ownership? A, we have racism. It can be racism. B, feudalism. And then C, we have Nazism. Now, the question again, which of the following political concept is associated with land ownership? Now, it cannot be Nazism, because Nazism is the reign of what? Terror. Then it cannot be racism, but the answer here is feudalism. Because feudalism is a system of government that is based on what? Land ownership. And then they said, which of the following political concepts is associated with what? Land ownership. Then the next question, number 6. Fascism was a type of dictatorial government as A. We have Russia, and then C. Italy. Now the question. Fascism was a type of dictatorial government established in A. Germany, B. Russia, and then C. Italy. The answer is Italy, because fascism was associated towards Italy. You're talking about Adolf Hitler and Benito Mussolini. Then it is not Germany. Instead, Nazism is what? Is related to what? Germany. And then this one is related to fascism. Then the next question. Who among the following is associated with the concept of the rule of law? Which of the following is associated with the concept of the rule of law? Which of the following is associated with the concept of the rule of law? A. Jean Bodin. B. A. Vidaisi. And then C. We have Jeremy. So which of the following is associated with the concept of the rule of law? A. Jean Bodin. It cannot be Jean Bodin, because Jean Bodin is associated with what? With the theory of sovereignty. So it cannot be Jean Bodin. A. Dicey. It is what? A.B. Dicey. Because A.B. Dicey was the person that propounded the theory of what? The rule of law. Then this person, he was an English philosopher. So the answer cannot be Bentham. So the answer here is what? A.V. Dicey. He was the one that propounded the theory of what? The rule of law. Then this person is known with the theory of what? Utilitarianism. You see? So the answer here is what? A.V. Dicey. Then the next question, number 8 question. Which of the following is the means of limiting the rule of law? Which of the following is the means of limiting the rule of law? A. Supremacy of the law. A. Then B. Equality. And then C. Immunity. Now the question. Which of the following is the means of limiting the rule of law? A. Supremacy of the law. It cannot be this. Equality before the law. It cannot be equality before the law, because all these things are what? Are the basic interpretations of what? The rule of law. But we are looking at things that can limit what? The rule of law. Then C. We have immunity granted to diplomats. This is the only thing that can do what? That can limit the rule of law. Now, diplomats can be a person whose job is to represent his country in a foreign land. Now you find out that this person cannot be easily arrested if he commits any crime. Even immunity granted to the head of state is also a limitation to what? Human rights or the rule of law. So the answer here is what? Immunity granted to diplomats. Then the next one. An agreed set of rules prescribing the governance of a country can be called dash. An agreed set of rules prescribing the governance of a country can be called dash. A, constitution. B, manifesto. And then C, we have Hansard. Now the answer cannot be manifesto because manifesto is just a program. It may be a party's program. Then it cannot be Hansard, but it can be what? Constitution. Because the question here says, an agreed set of rules prescribing the governance of a country can be called what? The constitution. So here, the do's and don'ts of a constitution is what? Is spelled out. Then the next one. A constitution is said to be rigid. Remember the types of constitution. A constitution is said to be rigid. We have types of constitution as rigid constitution, flexible constitution. We have written constitution, unwritten, federal, and what? Unitary constitution. Now, a constitution is said to be rigid if it can be amended by the president only. And B, if the constitution is difficult to amend. And then C, if the constitution is unwritten. A constitution is said to be rigid if it can A, be amended by the president only. This can't be the answer. B, if it's difficult to do what? To amend. And then C, if the constitution is an unwritten constitution. Now, a constitution is said to be rigid if the procedure for its amendment is what? Difficult. So the answer is what? Is B. Now, an unwritten constitution is that type of constitution that is not contained in a single document. It is not that the constitution is not written, but you cannot find it in a single document, just like the Nigerian constitution, where you find it in a single document. So ours is what? Written constitution. So the answer to this question is what? It's difficult to amend. Now the next question. A unitary government is most suitable for a highly religious country A, B, small homogeneous country, then C, highly populated country. So a unitary government or a unitary system of government is most suitable for a dash, A, highly religious country, Then B, small homogeneous country. And then C, highly populated what? Country. So the answer here is what? C. Because a unitary government cannot be practiced in a highly populated what? Country. That is heterogeneous what? Country. It can only be practiced in a country that do not have much difference in culture, language, belief, and so on and so forth. So the answer here is what? Is B. Then number 12. The principle of collective responsibility is central to dash. The principle of collective responsibility is central to dash. Do you remember your parliamentary system of government? Now let's see the options. A, presidential system. B, federal system. And then C, we have parliamentary. Okay? The principle of collective responsibility is central to A, presidential system, B, federal system, and then C, parliamentary. Yes, the answer cannot be presidential, because in the presidential system there is only individual what? Responsibility. So there is nothing like what? Collective responsibility here. Then in a parliamentary system, that is where you find what? Collective responsibility. So the answer here is what? C. Okay. We've come to the end of today's class. So by next week, I'll continue from where we stopped. I've told you that you should continue revising because you do not know when the federal government will call upon you for your WAEC. So keep on reading and studying and revising. Thank you.